Uh-oh, gotta press that. Alright, someone's texting. Okay. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Zenity, and thank you for joining me on my stream today. We're going to be playing more ABZU. It's going to be a short stream today. Just gonna finish up a chapter, and then we're gonna go do some other stuff. Last stream, let's see. Last stream we did chapters 4, which was the deep ocean level, and we did chapter 5, which was where we met the Great Harvester, and we found out that drones, harvesters, and even ourselves all come from the same place. So Spirit Shark and I teamed up to attack the Great Harvester, and that didn't end too well. And so now here we lie in the wreckage of what the mother did to us. Our endoskeleton showing. This time, I double-checked that my mic is not muted before I started this episode. Look at all this. I love the debris just floating there, just suspended. And get a close look at our body here. Just completely destroyed. But I wonder what happened to that shark that helped us. Oh no. Oh no. Rest easy, majestic creature. The entire time all I was trying to do was protect its ocean. And in the end all it did was let it burn. I won't let your story end here, Shark. I'm gonna save this ocean from the harvesters. I'm gonna find out about that ancient civilization. I'm gonna learn about the past, about the truth. I'm going to avenge you. It's a much different tone already from the past. From the past 2 levels, honestly. This is kind of different from any chapter we've ever seen here. What are those? Those aren't fish that we know of. What are these? They have bony heads, and these ones have spearheads. What are these? Whoa, that's a trilobite. Those are extinct. And there's some, like, coney snails, it looks like. Look at all these things. Look at this stuff, isn't it neat? Wouldn't you say my collection's complete? What the? Why aren't they following me? Look at that. Look at these lamps. They're holding... the murals. They're holding the lava lamp water, the power of the ocean. And there's the ammonite above the ancient civilization. These little fish, these are extinct too. Those are Arandaspis. I don't really know how to pronounce their name. Arandaspis? And these spade-headed ones, I want to say they're Diplocaulus. Yeah, it's the ancient civilization pouring the power of the ocean back into the water. Aren't the Diplocaulus amphibians? Perhaps the only way to get out of here is to act like our ancestors and travel from land, or travel from water to land. Let's see. If we can even get on land. But I suppose this is what the amphibians back then did too. The Tiktaalik probably didn't just walk off onto land. It probably had to go a couple rounds. Let's see if I can do this. And we did it. After some trouble. But like I said, just like our ancestors, we took our first steps out of water and came onto land. Hello, Mr. Turtle. You following me? Look, we have some frogs here. Well-known amphibians. And over here we have another Diplocaulus. I believe I'm pronouncing that right. We have all these red vases that the ancient civilization were carrying around too. I want to take one last look at this room. Bursting with life. On either side we have murals of our ancient people walking up to this door. So whatever behind this door is our answers. These creatures, these plants, everything here is primeval. this is the city. This is it. This is where the ancient civilization lived. This is where they thrived. All my answers truly will lie here, then. Also, this scene right here reminds me of the waterfall woodlands from Etrian Odyssey 3. And here we are. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Chapter 6 of ABZU. This is my favorite chapter of the entire game. I've gone back and played this chapter just for fun, over and over again. It is fantastic. If you're into ancient... look at this! The shells we've been collecting the entire game. We've been seeing Nautiluses everywhere, but now we actually get to see a real live ammonite. Let's see, we have a gar, we have some Arandaspis, we have Helio, what's your name? Heliocoprion. There's a Tiktaalik that just passed us by. And let's just take a moment to look around at this completely ancient sea. Oh look, we have, is that Anomalacars? Not you. Where you go? Come back, buddy. Are you an Anomalacars? Yes! That's what Anorith is based on. That's what the Tomoterids remind me of. And this is kind of cool over here. So there's a hidden pool that right next to it is the skull of a T-Rex. Which, I mean, most of these creatures lived before, or during, I would say before, the T-Rex, but whatever. It's a cool little nod just to let you know that all these creatures here are in fact extinct. Everything here is extinct. This is all ancient sea. And which is why I love this level so much. If you love ancient seas, ancient creatures and whatnot, this is, let's see, this is an amazing freaking chapter. I'm trying to grab a, the Dollyphorhynchus, I want to say it. Come back here. There we go. Dollyphorhynchus. I was close. Dollyphorhynchus. Let's see if I can do a flip out of water. I just want to jump. Come on, you! Jump! Nah, it doesn't want to do it. Oh man, I love this chapter so much. There's so much to explore here. Just how beautiful it looks. Okay. So we have another chain pulley system. But there's a few things I want to do. So I want to show you guys actually what to do in this level. And then we're gonna take a more look around this place because I am going to spend forever here on purpose. So in this level you can go out of water. If you get close to an edge, just press whatever direction you are towards the ledge and you'll hop right up. And actually if you look on the sides here, it's really interesting. You see Ichthyosaurus is here. activate that, then this will open up down there. Look at that. Ooh, let's go over there. That's one. We have more statues of Dunkleosteus. Let's see. I saw something that was over here. Yeah, if you ever played Undersea 3, the first stratum, it's called Waterfall Woodlands, and the trees and the birds, everything looks exactly like that. Oh, look at that tree, the white. The stark white. What's it called? Trunk. So you'll find a shell right here. This area right here, and then there's another shell in this area, a little bit hidden though. Let's go looking for it. Oh, you see that fish? Yeah, you see this fish right here? Yeah, what are you doing, bro? Stop it. Not supposed to be doing that. There's no water here. You're going through geometry. This area, I don't know why, but this area can be a little glitched. I know I've seen, I actually have a picture of it. Unfortunately I can't show up on screen, but when I put it up on YouTube I will throw it up. I have a picture of, actually I have quite a few pictures of the ammonites just kind of floating in midair. I don't really know what about this area makes that happen, but a lot of creatures like to just mess up, especially the nautilus, or yeah, the ammonites. The ammonites really like to not be in the water and float in midair. Anyway, so if you come over here, under this little waterfall, here comes this little secret passageway full of dense green algae. And you come right over here, and of course, in the middle of the ocean's crown, there will be a shell. This is a little bit interesting room right here. Let's take a quick look. No, don't do that. Alright. Oh, what are you doing? Get up there. So over here we have more murals of the ancient civilization carrying gold and treasures and whatnot. So this is the ancient civilization. This is where they lived. I actually do have some theories and whatnot about the ancient civilization. And the harvesters and everything, which I'm going to go over in just a moment. I do want to go ahead and explore this place just a little bit more. Like I said, it's my favorite chapter. I really just don't want to leave. I just want to stay here for as long as possible. Gars, Heliocoprions, Ammonites, Anomalacars. That'd be really cool if they had a Camarasaurus in this game. That'd be cool to ride on. And just kind of like spear other fish with its shell. Arendipus. Still don't know how to pronounce them. Diplocalus. These little fish, I don't really know their names. I want to say they start with an A. Small they are. There's also a Tiktaalik, which is the let's see. Look how cool this thing looks. There's also the Tiktaalik, which is the first amphibian. It had small fins in its front and back, and it used them as legs when it went on land. And they did what basic amphibians did. They did what basic amphibians did. They just moved from one pool of water to the next. For food, for shelter, for whatever reason there may be. So they didn't stay on land for long, but they didn't need to. Here we go, here's a Tiktaalik over here. So we get a little bit better view of it. So there's so much life, so much primeval life packed into this small little area here. And this isn't it. There's a part 2 to this level, like every other chapter, and we're gonna move on to that just a bit. I'm gonna finish moving around just so everyone gets a nice little view of what this place looks like, and then I'm gonna head over to the meditation stone. The stone to a quick look at some of the creatures that are around here. Here's the oh wait, perfect. We begin on the Tiktaalik. So yeah, he has the front little flippers and the back fins, and they just use those as makeshift legs basically when it first came onto land. And they just move from one small pool of water to the next, looking for more food or shelter or whatever they needed at the moment. You can see the eyes at the front of their head, like a predator. More Tiktaaliks. Over here we have a gar, which I believe gars still exist, alligator gars. So I'm not really sure why they're here. They just kind of fit with the theme, I suppose. But I mean, I'm pretty sure gars still exist. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh man, like I said, my screen cuts this off. Acanthodes? Acanthodes? More bony fish. I really like their sleek bodies and their interesting tail film. They're interesting looking tail fins. And here we go, the Anomalocaris. Look at that interesting design. The strange ancient shrimp. Alright, what else do we have? Here we go. The Diplocalus. Yeah, I was right. The Diplocalus. Judging by their looks, they look like ancient salamanders. So I suppose their Diplocalus is also an amphibian. Actually, I know for a fact they're amphibians. I went to an aquarium the other recently, and they had Diplocalus on display. Well, a fake model, of course, of Diplocalus on display in the amphibian section. I love their looks. There's also another type of creature that is very closely related. It's like a spearhead type amphibian salamander that's this seems to be moving very... Oh, snap! Alright, well, I guess now we know that Anomalocaris fed on Diplocalus, Arandipus. What else do we have? Heliocoprions. Also, let me see if I can try to get a look at their mouths. Their mouths are curled. Yeah, there we go. Their bottom lip is curled outward, I suppose. Yeah, it's curled outward, and it kind of makes like a saw. It's very interesting. You can kind of see the strange tooth formation when I look at it head on. It's such an odd creature. So some of the primeval creatures are just so interesting. Let's see if we can get some of the other fish. Here we go. Arandaspis. That's what I'll call it. The Dolichorhynchus. It's not sea monsters. It might be, actually, is it? There's a documentary that was made kind of detailing what the life of a Dolichorhynchus would be like. And it followed the main character, Dolly, and her brother. These are really interesting. I mean, everything here is super interesting. I can say that about every single creature. And then here we go, the titular ammonite. We've been seeing, like I said, Nautiluses this entire time. And so now we actually get to see its ancient ancestor, the ammonite. Which I believe ammonites are ancestors of the cephalopods as well. Okay. I think if we can just get some more... There we go. These small little bony fish. Look how simple they are in their design. They're very cute. Oh god. All your friends are being eaten. They're picked off one by one. Ah! Okay. And that should be everything in this room. So let's go ahead and finish up this puzzle. Where is the other one? Is this it? Yeah, the door's already open. Alright, so let's go ahead and go to the next area. So, I don't want to spoil anything, so I'm just not going to talk this, or in a little bit. This is a little area in between. Let's look at these. I think these are arowanas. Paimo. Look how huge these things are. Can I get one to go through the water? No. What else do we have here? Move this, these things that look like knife fish. And of course we have the coelacanth. Because you can't have ancient fish without a coelacanth. Just snatching everybody up. Alright, let's see what's happening on the walls here. Have more. Oh, okay. So we have more ichthyosaurs, and then we have more the ancient civilization carrying more pots, jewels. Whoa! Look at that. This is an Archelian. Archelian. This is an ancient sea turtle. They're humongous. The Pokemon Tortuga and Koristar. I don't know how to pronounce that. I don't remember its name. Kostakara or whatever. Whatever Tortuga evolves into. It's based off of this Pokemon. And this Pokemon, it's based off of this creature. They're huge. Look at that. Also the character from the Land Before Time movie, Archie. Okay, here we go. Go ahead and activate this little pool. Kind of sucks us in here. See some Nautilii along the way, or some Ammonites, I mean. Now this scene, the first time I played, it actually took my breath away. If you can, just kind of focus on the character for right now. Don't focus on anything else, because you don't want to spoil yourself. But this part actually took my breath away. So I want you guys to experience it too. I'm just going to be quiet here for a moment. City up there, but that's not what took my breath away. It was this. Let's see, can we see any? There we go. Oh, that's huge. That's not one of them, though. I don't want to jump in. There we go. Over there on the right-hand side. Can you guys see that? Those long-necked beasts swimming through the sea. When I first got here, I looked down and I saw that, and I gasped. Look at this huge room that we have to swim around in. So if you guys liked what you saw before, you're gonna love this. So right off the bat, we get some new stuff. Some new creatures. A Dacosaurus. And he is hungry. Oh, over here. We even have some Ichthyosaurs that we've been seeing murals of, so many of them. We have more Gar, because why not, I suppose. There's another one I wanted to show off, too. It's a part of one of the hidden pools. I also need to find that hidden pool for you guys. There's a hidden pool in here, and there's also the last shell. I'll show where both of those are. I think all three hidden pools are in this room, actually. There's two of them, so there's one in the other room. Got the life here. So if you guys love that last room like me, then you'll be stoked for this room. Here we go, up there. I want to show you guys that. Been seeing statues of the guys this whole time. When I finally get to ride them. The Dunkleosteus. Dunkleosteus is a fierce creature with one of the strongest bites in all of history. It, I was watching a documentary on them, Blood is in the Water, I believe the documentary was called. And they said, what would be similar to the bite of a Duncolossus, because you see those huge plated teeth. So what would be similar to the bite of a Duncolossus is placing your ankle between two cleavers and then dropping a boulder on top. That's the force of its bite. What else do we have here? There's so much going on here. Oh, there you go. There's the other hidden pool. So this one on the left here, the city with the ammonites everywhere. That's the chapter we're on right now. So we still have 2 more chapters worth of shells left. More statues over here. Let's go ahead and activate this. Something very interesting in this room, which I want to show you guys. However, I'm going to go over my theories a little bit, but I actually need to go and find them. I have some stuff written down, but I need to go find them first. So while I'm looking at that on my computer, I'm going to have you guys right on back in this Elasmosaurus. It's Elasmosaurus? The Elasmosaurus, similar to the plesiosaur, very interesting attack I don't know, strategy. So most fish would have their eyes on the side or on the top of their heads, so nobody would ever be looking down. So what the Elasmosaurus would do is come up underneath schools of fish, and they wouldn't be seen at all, even with their large, mass. They wouldn't see them because the fish wouldn't be looking down there, and so they would just swim underneath and then just simply lift their head up and then take a bite of the fish around them. Anyway, so while we're riding on here, he's taking us for a ride. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up my notes. So there's a lot of different theories about this game, what it means. I'm gonna hop up here real quick. Just hop up here. There's more fish, or not fish, frogs, turtles, diplocars. If you go right over here, this will be the last shell for this area. Let's see if I can see any floating ammonites in this level. Usually I saw them over here or by a wall. No, I don't see any. Okay. Hop back into the water. So there's a lot of theories about this game, what the lore, what the story is. about the ancient civilization, the harvesters, what it all means. There's nothing confirmed for sure, so everything I'm going to say is speculation. I just want to, you know, throw my opinion into the big boiling pot. But I'm going to list a few. So, first of all, the diver. Who is the diver? All we know about the diver is that it's female. It's a robot, but she's listed as a female, and I want to say on the website actually. I'm not really sure how that all works, but that's that. But that's pretty much all we know. I mean, other than the diver looks like has the same color scheme and everything as not only the drones, but the ancient civilization. When we first awake in this world, we are... I know what I can do? Let's do this. There we go. I'm gonna tell my theories. Also, these hieroglyphs right here. I need to make a mental note, because this is important. I need to come back to those hieroglyphs, because I actually have a translation for them. So, I said, what are these? Gyarados? Yikes. So yeah, we have the same, we look exactly like the ancient civilization. Maybe just a little bit different than what we saw from them, but I mean, we look pretty similar. There's not really any other race that we saw that we know of. And in fact, if it wasn't revealed that we were created and that we were a robot, I would say that we were the ancient civilization. We were part of their race. How we survived, I'm not sure. That's another thing, is surviving. The ancient civilization, what happened to them? We'll get to that too. So we know that. So yeah, we know that we look like the drones, and we know that we look like the ancient civilization. We know that the diver wakes up in just this open sea in the middle of nowhere, and then automatically just starts exploring. Oh, a Geosaurus. Looks similar in design and kind of body shape to the Dilophosaurus. And then we just start immediately interacting with the ocean life, as if we had been with them all our lives. But we don't know what happened to the diver, where they came from before we see them in the beginning. We even know like how they were there in the first place. I've heard theories that maybe the diver had lost their memories or something. Maybe the memories were wiped before they were just kind of tossed there. But we know that the power of the ocean, those orbs of water that was inside of us, we were using that to bring back these temples. And all these temples were... what am I trying to say? All these temples were once these great things to worship these creatures, whether they were gods or not. These creatures were worshipped by the ancient civilization. Specifically, it was the manta rays, orcas, whale sharks. What else? The giant squid, and then finally the spirit shark, who we encountered. Are you high? No. I'm I'm talking about the the lore of this game, dude. Anyway, so yeah, we know the ancient civilization worshipped these creatures as gods. We don't really know why. Perhaps they were just creatures that kind of kept watch over the ocean, because we know for sure that the shark definitely went out, destroyed drones, and did his part to try to protect the ocean from the harvesters. And so, although we might have been created by the harvesters, you have new followers. Thanks, man. That's great. So, although we may have been created by the enemy, our entire journey here is us helping the sea and bringing it back to life, and undoing undo as much as we could of what the harvesters destroyed. Alright, so next I suppose I'm going to talk about the harvesters. The harvesters were the big tetrahedrons that we saw, and there's so many theories surrounding them. And unfortunately, the one that makes the most sense doesn't work. Because like I showed you at the very beginning in the first stream, we looked up into the sky and we saw the harvesters, the big tetrahedrons. We saw the harvesters on their way to... We saw them descending from the sky, basically. We don't see them in the water until later. The first time that we ever see them is in the sky. And, which makes us think that maybe they're aliens that came from somewhere else, and they came to, I don't know, harvest whatever energy, the power of the water that the ancient civilization was using. So that's one theory. Another one is that the harvesters, because we see in a lot of the early murals that the ancient civilization was actually, the Dunculosity is swimming right towards us. That was kind of eerie. Oh, jeez, I lost my place. So yeah, we see in the early murals that the ancient civilization is actually it's a balance of nature. That's kind of the whole point of the game, is the balance of nature. And we see that they take from the pool, the water, the special the power of the ocean water, and they take these orbs, and they use these orbs to power other things, and then they carry the water in these jars, and the jars, whatever they don't use, they end up pouring back into the ocean, and that's the balance. It keeps it going, and then once they pour it back in, it creates more life and creates more creatures. So we know that this ancient civilization, they were very in touch with the creatures around them, especially in this city that we're in right now. This is where they lived, and the fact that they have these ancient creatures still living here means that whatever they were doing here, they cultivated an environment that was able to, keep all these creatures alive for all these years. So they really were in tune with nature and what they were doing. And I think one theory is that they got perhaps too greedy. Because, like I said, they used the power of the water to power everything they had, and so perhaps it was kind of like that balance of nature got a little bit too much for them, and they needed more, and they needed more to do whatever it is that they needed to do. And so they, instead of the harvesters being aliens that came from the sky or wherever they came from, they were actually created. Can I find something that's not a gar, please? Okay, that's fine. Not more cars. Don't eat it. They were created by the ancient civilization in order to... They're called harvesters. So the whole point is to harvest the power of the ocean, which is what, when we first see them on the murals, we see that they're harvesting the water just... brutally, honestly. So it seems if that is, in this theory, if the ancient civilization created the harvesters to harvest more of the power of the ocean quicker, then, just right there, that completely throws off the balance of nature that they had going before. So now they're just taking and taking and taking and never giving back. which is probably leading to the fall of the temples, which is the harvesters just leaving and going out to harvest as much of that power of the ocean as they can. So going to temples and taking that power away from them, leaving the temples without their guardians, without the orcas and without the whale sharks. And so the only problem with that, because that seems the most feasible, and so with that might have been the end of the civilization right there, and that's why we don't see them at all in this game, other than the murals. And then, so that leaves the question with, why do we see the harvesters in the sky at the beginning of the game, and then where does that leave us? Why were we created in the image of the harvesters? Or not the harvesters, but the ancient civilization, because we were obviously created by the harvesters. So it might have been something in between those two theories. Perhaps the harvesters truly are aliens. They came from a different place, out of this world perhaps, or maybe on this planet, just from somewhere else. We never really see true land in this game, so we don't know what's beyond there. But they came from somewhere else, from the sky, and they descended into the ocean. And their plan all along was to, in fact, harvest the power of the ocean for themselves and their own greed. And how they did that was they tricked the ancient civilization. They... Freaking Gars, dude. Yeah, it's fine. They tricked the ancient civilization. They created the diver, us, in the image of them, in order to convince them that they were not enemies and that they were in fact friendly. And then they proved to them that they were able to harvest the power of the water, something the ancient civilization's been doing for who knows how long, since maybe even the beginning of time. The harvesters proved themselves worthy, that they're able to harvest it efficiently and faster. And so the ancient civilization didn't see anything wrong with this, and they allowed the harvesters to do their thing. And the harvesters obviously, went on to go do what they do, and they harvested the ocean's power, and it just kept going and kept going, and completely destroyed the ecosystem, destroyed the temples, and I don't know about what happened to the Guardians exactly, whether they actually died or maybe they're just sealed away or something. But this is all really interesting to think about. So there's a multitude of things you could say about both the harvesters and the ancient race. The origins of the diver. I feel like the origins of the diver makes the most sense in that last theory, when the harvesters are trying to convince the ancient race. But in any theory, it's still the same. At one point, the people did trust the harvesters. The harvesters completely abused the balance of nature, and they took what they wanted and never gave back. And the diver was created by the harvesters for some reason. So the harvesters are still around, and as we saw in the last chapter, we went inside the Great Harvester and we fought the mother, which she killed Shark, and where's the door? She killed the shark, and she destroyed our bodies. So the mother harvester is still out there, so there's something we need to do about that. And the diver's fate, I mean, the game isn't over yet, so the diver's fate is still left to be told. So the only true question, I suppose, is what happened with the ancient civilization? Where are they? If they were so connected to the ocean, what happened to them after they came and went? Nothing in this game really says anything about that except for this mural right here. which shows one of the ancient races, looking very similar to us, of course, standing next to birds. Now, obviously, there's no birds in the ocean, other than those that dive in to catch fish. And so the most popular theory about this one mural right here is that this is the fate of the ancient civilization. They, just like their ancestors before them, just like the first amphibians, and just like us, they emerged from the water and they took to land. And that's what the mural is. The ancient civilization on land with birds. Alright. That was a lot to take in. There's a lot of theories going on. Okay, so let me go ahead and finish up this puzzle and then we can move on. Thank you everyone who's watching the stream. I hope you're enjoying this. I hope you're enjoying my crazy theories. I really do love this game. If you guys have not played this game yet, I would highly encourage you to. It's a journey underwater. What more could you ever want? So activating those little pools on both sides will open this door. Let's go ahead. Going the right way? Yeah, okay. So we took care of the diver, the ancient civilization. And so, all that's left is to return to the Mother Harvester and avenge Spirit Shark. Some more, what are these guys called? Arab something? Arabtids? See if we can get a better vantage point of that. Look at that huge area that we were just in. The waterfalls, the trees, the gradient trees. These white, figureless doves, or whatever birds they are. Vases all around. Alright, now this part. This is another jet stream part. You don't have to worry about any shells or anything. However, pay very close attention to the backgrounds. We actually passed by a lot of very cool things. More ichthyosaurus is here. We passed by a lot of cool things here, including a huge shot of the ancient cities. which it goes by so fast you hardly even notice it. So just try to absorb as much information as you can during this little jet stream here. Because some of this stuff goes by very fast. Alright, I think this is it, yeah. Alright, pay close attention to everything here. Architecture. This is what the city would have looked like had not been destroyed. It's like a common area down there. Maze-like structures for whatever reason. Stairs leading to higher buildings. It's a huge bait ball? What is this? A huge bait ball of what? Where are you guys? Oh god, that hurts my eyes to look at. Oh my god, where are these? It's interesting to look at. Look at that, wow. Also, yeah, rip the frame rate. Look at that, look how incredible that looks. Let's see if I can ride one of these ichthyosaurs down. That's all the power of the ocean, the lava lamp water. How do we open this? Up there. What's interesting is because of that last chapter, you can actually only play this level in your destroyed body form. You can't play this chapter in your normal suit. And there it is. And I believe that is the end of chapter 6. Let's see what chapter 7 has in store for us. Let's see. We have the manta rays, the orcas, the whale sharks, the giant squid, and all of those ammonites that we got from catching all those shells, collecting all those shells. So, actually, before I swim up to this thing, I'm gonna have to end this stream because I have other stuff that I need to go do. But I appreciate everyone that came to watch the stream. I really do hope you enjoyed. I will have this stream up on my YouTube channel a little bit later. YouTube.com/user/Giga Aurora. I'm still called Zinity on there too. But thank you all for watching, and I'm not sure when the next time I'm going to stream. Maybe, let's see, Monday. Either tomorrow or Tuesday, I'm probably going to stream. Around noonish, or 11 a.m. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and that's the end of the stream. Have a nice night. No, don't take a picture. End my broadcast, freaking PS4.